So the first fight of the night, this one is downtown TJ Brown versus Danny, the Colombian Warrior Chavez at 145 pounds. TJ Brown, he's an American. He's 14-7. He's 30 years old. He's 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he's 0-1 in the UFC. He's coming off of a submission loss, round 2 submission loss to Jordan Griffin. And he's going against Danny Chavez, who's also an American. Danny Chavez is 10-3. He's 33 years old, 5 feet 8 inches tall. And he's making his UFC debut. Tell me what you think about these guys.
Well, with Brown, you're talking about that loss to Griffin right there for a minute.
Yep.
He actually was dominating that entire fight.
Mm-hmm.
The problem that I saw with him is every time he took Griffin down, he kept leaving his head really low and then on the side just making it super easy for Griffin to get that choke. He attempted it like 3 times, and then finally he got it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you're going to keep giving the guy the head, why not just take it eventually, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's definitely a good grappler. It's one of those things that I think he has some okay striking, but he's definitely going to be trying to get this one to the ground.
Yeah. And, well, I didn't mention, though, he did also compete on the Contender Series. Mm-hmm. So in the Contender Series, he went out, he lost that first round of the fight. He was getting dominated pretty much in that one, but he was able to come back, and after that first little bit of adversity there, he came through and was able to dominate the fight and come back and win with a round 3 arm triangle in that fight. Like you said, he's definitely going to try to get it to the ground. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt right now, and he has 9 submissions on his record.
One of those submissions came over Peter Barrett, who fought last week.
Yep.
Who I could have swore Eustace Law was going to get him, but couldn't.
Yeah, slippery Peter Barrett. And that was at Cage Titans. That was Cage Titan 36. So that was one of his 9 submissions. He does have 4 knockouts, and he has 1 decision win. But he is ultimately going to be looking to take it to the ground, which plays right into it perfect for him going against Danny Chavez. Danny Chavez has 7 decision wins. He has 3 knockouts, and he doesn't have a single submission win to his record.
No.
So Danny's not really going to be looking to go to the ground with him, I don't think, in this fight. I think he's really going to want to stand with him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be trying to keep this one standing.
Yeah. Danny Chavez.
It's a bad idea to go to the ground with TJ Brown. But in an interview, TJ Brown said he's not trying to go to the ground this fight. He said he wants to get back to his roots, stand and bang. He said he's going to let his hands go.
Well, we'll see. This is an exciting one. I don't think there's too much of a threat of a knockout here. So
I don't either.
This is really a fight where if he is wanting to get back to the striking game, this is probably the one to do it. Chavez is the former Global FC 145-pound champion, but he's not really a big finisher.
Yeah.
So he's on a 3-fight win streak. That was his last 3 fights. So lately he has been a finisher. Mm-hmm. But prior to that, 7 decisions in a row.
And he did take all of 2019 off. Mm-hmm. He has, I think, 3 knockout wins in his last 3 fights, which is before that, like you said, all 7 were decisions.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know really what's going on there. But ultimately,
Yeah, could have been some time working on those hands.
Could have been. Could have been something going on. But, I think that, even though TJ vows to be standing in this one and letting his striking flow, I think he's still going to get back to his wrestling. If you watch all of his fights, he tends to go to his wrestling a lot.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to do that, and I've got TJ with a round 2 sub.
Ooh, that's awesome. I got TJ Brown with round 3 submission. Like you said, I think it's going to the ground. With a guy like TJ, I just think it's a matter of time before it gets to the ground.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's going to be a full-on standing fight. I think that, the distance is going to get closed. It's going to get dragged to the ground. And we're going to see a good ground game there. And TJ Brown's going to submit him in round 3.